right, we are here, day 2 at South by Southwest in Austin. This is Sam with Stellar Global, where we love to connect entrepreneurs and devs with this awesome network of Stellar. And I've got Anke, who is the program manager at the SDF. How are you enjoying this incredible weekend?
I'm enjoying it very much. We have so much going on. We have a hackathon, we have different challenges going on, we have happy hours. There's lots of devs and artists involved and that are very excited about Stellar. So yeah.
Now, you guys are doing a great job. So you're not here right now, but if you walk around this entire floor, you've got banners of Stellar everywhere. You've got merch on desk and on seats. I mean, it's definitely been a Stellar takeover. You know, you've been involved in so many initiatives and programs over the years since you've hit the ground running here at the SDF. I just thought I want to start with maybe just a few highlights of some of the things that you've been involved with that I'm sure many in the community are not even aware.
Yes, yeah. So 2022 has been a very busy year for us. First of all, we've grown our DevRel team quite a lot, and that made us being able to scale quite a bit with the operations that we've been doing. So,
nice.
You know, some of the kind of like upcoming programs I've been working on is a boot camp with DFS Lab, where we mean to support fintechs operating in Africa. And this is our second time around. The last one was in fall last year. Went very well. It was an exciting experience. I've worked with, it was virtual too, but even though it was virtual, it was very engaging. We were able to, in a few days, really connect with the fintechs, and they were able to build out a prototype that they then demonstrated in front of investors. It was a great experience, and they are, most of them are still building on Stellar, yeah, and they are receiving investments, and they are working with people in the ecosystem. It's an exciting experience, and I hope to replicate it or even make it better. Yeah,
because it's coming back again, right?
Exactly, yeah, so that's what I mentioned. So this will be, so we are receiving applications to participate until March 27th or 26th. Yeah,
awesome.
the end of March, I would say. And then the actual bootcamp will be at the end of April. So where we will select all the applicants. We will select, I believe, like 8 to 10 eligible fintechs. And then we will also like have workshops with them, and then actually have the virtual bootcamp. It's going to be 4 days long. Really working with them. Each team will have a facilitator, really like honing in on the use case and the prototype. So it's very exciting.
Awesome. If you haven't checked out the DFS Labs collaboration, make sure you do it. Incredible opportunity. I got to talk to Stephen when it was first launching off, and yes, just another example of a great initiative you guys have going. And as an entrepreneur, it's dear to my heart. Another initiative that you guys have that is extremely popular and has really jump-started a lot of programs is the Stellar Community Fund, or SCF, as we like to coin it.
Yes, a lot of acronyms.
You'll get used to it, don't worry.
SDF, SCF.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about SCF and give us a little background on that.
Yes, yeah. So the Stellar Community Fund, or SDF for short, is an open application grant program where each year we, as the SDF, give out 12 million lumens to Stellar-based projects based on community input. So it's really a great opportunity for any Stellar-based project, whether you are a kind of like straight from a hackathon, or even more like a full-fledged company trying to integrate Stellar into your business, to get support, financial support, but also guidance from SDF, and most importantly from the ecosystem and community. So it's been an exciting opportunity, and we've seen it really grow over the last year, especially I would say in during the seed fund earlier last year. There were a lot of great projects, and we saw like even in the last round where you actually participated
Stellar Global. That's
it was an amazing pool of talent, and it was almost like, wow, like we don't have enough money to give out. Yeah, but again, like it's exciting to see, because it's not only like, oh, it's like with often what you see with hackathons, it's that it's a one-off win. win, right? It's not like, oh, you have this one time, you put in your everything and you can win. Well, with the SDF, it's really about the growth. So even if you don't, and this is what we see with a lot of projects, actually a lot of great projects in the SDF, is they might not win the first time, but then they really, they get feedback from the community, and the second time, or even the third time or fourth time around, they win, and then that's when they really have grown a lot. And it's because of those like several rounds of like feedback and really like energy that's been putting in the application that they can able to grow that much. So it's been really exciting, and I'm also excited to see it grow this year.
Yeah, it's been incredible to see. As an entrepreneur, this is one of the reasons why I love this Stellar network and community is because so often in this blockchain and digital asset space, people are passive, right? You have a passive role. I feel that with the Stellar Development Foundation, what you guys have set up are many ways of participation for the community to get involved in, and especially in the day and age that we're in right now, it's hard to start businesses. It's hard to get funding, and this is just a really open, democratic way to do so. So hats off to you guys. There's been some really great projects. You kind of mentioned, slightly there, but I think that'll be interesting for some of the folks listening to know of some of the projects they hear about today. What are some of the OGs, as we might say, that have come through the SDF and are up and running today?
Yeah, so there's been like a ton, like first off, there's been a ton of great talent like throughout the SDF. So like every single project that has been winning has shown great talent and great participation like in the community, and also like really great integrations with Stellar. But some of the OGs, as you mentioned, that everyone in the ecosystem knows are, I would say, like Lightmint, which is a gaming platform and NFT marketplace.
Right, now we got the hackathon with Lightmint right now.
Exactly,
cool.
And actually, good to note is that they actually didn't win the first time. They applied to the SDF.
You know what? That's important. That's important. Yeah. So Lightmint didn't win the first time, and they went through it. That's great to know.
Yeah, and twice too they won. Because then that really shows like if you don't win the first time, like try again. Like it's really a place to grow. And then second, you can apply multiple times as your project or business grows in several stages. You can grow with the SDF.
Wow.
And some of the others ones too are CoinQuest. It's a payment processor. For crypto on Stellar is very exciting. And then we also have Lobster, which is a Stellar first wallet for Stellar assets. And it's really like, I believe it's one of the most popular ones out there. That is really like the first one that most of people who are starting in the ecosystem get to interact with. So it's very exciting. And even before the SDF, we had SBC. Stellar Build Challenge. I know, tons of acronyms. You'll get used to it if you're in the community and ecosystem. And so the Stellar Build Challenge actually funded important key projects like Stellar Expert, StellarBeat.io, and even key like SDKs as we see them today, like Python, and even more. And actually, like every round, we've had at least one SDK. So it's really building that key infrastructure of Stellar up through the SDF.
Wow. Yeah, it's definitely evolved over the years. So the SDF, we are 10th installment right now, and submission period started like late February, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So give us kind of the timeline for those watching here.
Yes, for sure. So submissions have opened the 21st of February, and then we have them open until May 22nd. So you still have some time.
Plenty of time.
Well, time goes fast. So definitely get started soon on your application, because there are quite a bit of questions that really go in depth. And after that, we have a selection phase where some people from the ecosystem and also from the ecosystem team and also from the community, some key people will then look in depth at all of the applications and seek out which ones are eligible to participate. Some are not quite ready for the community review, and also we want to make sure that every project that we put forth for the community to review is like a solid and also safe projects and secure projects. So you have like the best views, right?
Nice.
And then, so after selection phase will be the discussion phase, where the community will actively discuss and comment on the submitted projects, ask them questions, get involved, and that's also really a great opportunity for the projects to then get community feedback and kind of like, hey, what do you think? Like, or even open source some code. Hey, I have this, and if like some people in the ecosystem that like very avid Stellar developers can then say, hey, maybe do this and that, and it's been really helpful to have that phase and kind of like for projects and the community connect.
Yeah.
And then afterwards is the voting phase, which is also 2 weeks, and each of these latter phases are 2 weeks each. Where then the verified community members who have proven their engagement in a community can then actually vote on the project which they like best. It's
Nice.
SDF provides the funding, but the community allocates it, and that's a big difference from some of our other grant programs. Yeah.
That is cool. So, I mean, talking about, we talked about the grant program overall, but so how much money in XLM can people actually get? I'm sure there's someone right now, they're thinking about it now. They want to go submit. How does that process work? How much can they get?
Yeah, I mean, it's not about the money, but it's about money, of course.
Okay.
I would say, like, to kind of like track back a bit. So actually, for the past few rounds, each project will specify their goals for the next 6 months. And then from there, they will formalize a budget request in US dollars. Because we wanted to, because previously we also had like, we had like a free for all, kind of like, whatever you can get. We didn't think this was good. And also like it was actually from the community, a community member that put the input that we should have a US dollar budget requests and that they can then live up to their goals. And so we continue to iterate on the SCF, and that's one of the steps we have taken to move forward. It's been working really well. And so to kind of get into the amounts, I would say projects that come straight from hackathons or have even like evolved a little bit have requested a few $1,000s for worth of XLM, of course, for their projects, but it can even go up to several $100,000s for full-fledged companies that are actively trying to grow in the ecosystem. And I just want to notice that this is not a one-off win. Again, this is really a way to grow your project, so you can even apply multiple times. I wouldn't like apply every round, but maybe every other round, and really can see how you can grow with the SCF.
And once again, just to reiterate, I think that's the huge thing. It's if you can dream it, you can build it, and there's a lot of support, not just from the Development Foundation, but from the community as well, which is great. So I know that you're extremely busy. I'm glad you take some minute here, but we're here at the hackathon. Yeah, it is on and popping, as they say.
It is popping.
Tell us, I guess, from your perspective, why was it important to have the hackathon here at South by Southwest?
Yes, so I believe like South by Southwest is really a place, it has evolved to be a place where artists like in music and also like, like digital artists, but all sorts of artists have come together with tech and finance. And I feel like this combination has really, because we are at the Finance 3.0 Summit now. There's tons of like artist events going around at the same time, and to be able to bring this together was really important for us because we are organizing a Stellar NFT hackathon, right? And so NFTs is really a place where that art and tech can come together and make something really, really magical. And I think like that's really why.
And when you think about it too, right? It is amazing that in the middle of, we are at a time in the middle of a floor of finance that we're talking now about blockchain tech and NFTs. You know what I mean? Like it says a lot, and it shows kind of where the entire ecosystem and entire world is really evolving to. On the challenges that you have, so you got two, right? There's the artist challenge that's going on, and there's the build challenge. Can you give us some detail on both of those?
So for the latter one is really for developers to create innovative NFT experiences on Stellar. So as previously we see that there's been a lot of work in NFTs, but it almost never goes beyond the buying and selling. And then I feel like it's only available to a certain part of, I guess, like the audience, right? But I think like NFTs have such a big promise in like what they can actually do to real world issues, and also in kind of getting creative with how NFTs are issued and kind of what contractability you can add to make it work for your NFTs to really make a full use of the blockchain capabilities. Like we had a great workshop on Friday where Tyler demonstrated the use of royalty payments in NFTs on Stellar, and that's just really growing. And as the Stellar technology grows, as the ecosystem grows, I think it's going to be very exciting in the next few years what we're going to see with NFTs.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've learned a lot just hanging out here. Last question.
Yeah.
You know, for folks now that have listened to this and they're like, they want to get involved with SDF, they see hackathons, all these things going on.
Yeah.
How can they as a community get more involved, right? Right now they want to do something. How can they get more involved? What's the best route?
Well, join Stellar Global.
Definitely. We absolutely connect there.
Yeah. Stellar Global is a great Discord for everyone to get involved, whether you're a developer or whether you are just an enthusiast who really wants to learn more and kind of support projects. But we actually have other Discord channels. Servers. We also have other Discord servers like the Developers Discord, which we are currently hosting the Stellar NFT Hackathon in.
Yes, definitely visit that.
Yeah, we have of course, the Stellar Community Fund Discord. We have the Stellar Quest Discord, and it's like really these Discords are really a great place to grow in, also connect with the community. And we have Discord channels, we have YouTube channels. I think it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, we'll definitely add the links on the video to all these different Discords. It's really a great way to kind of hop from one community to the next and get all you can learn. Anke, thank you so much for joining. For everybody, once again, this is Sam here with Anke. And we're just enjoying ourselves. We're glad you can hang out. And we're going to have some more videos throughout the rest of this weekend. So make sure to stay tuned. Take care.
All right. Thank you, Sam.
Take
care. Awesome.
Absolutely.